Plymouth Brewmeister Paul Nixon has gone from brewing his own beer in his own house for fun to mass producing beers in his home to opening his own micro-brewery in Camelot Park. Next on the to-do list for Mr. Nixon? How about opening a store that sells the ingredients for other home brewers to make their own beer? Not just that, his new store will be the classroom for people to learn not only how to brew their own beer, but how to make other foods and drinks that go through the same fermentation process. We were there for the store's grand opening.
Tonight we're having the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new homebrew shop and fermentation studio. If you remember, Plymouth Homebrew Supply was downtown on Park Street and then moved back to our house. The rent was kind of too much for her at the downtown location, and eventually she decided she wanted to get out of the homebrew shop business and do other things. So we bought Tina's inventory and equipment and the business and moved it over here to Camelot Park right next to the brewery. So the brewery's been here now for a year. We started in my barn down in Cedarville, and we moved up to here just a year ago, opened the tap room the day after Thanksgiving last year, so 2015, and just added the homebrew supply shop in the last couple of months. So tonight is the ribbon cutting for that. I don't know how many million homebrewers there are in the country, but quite a few, and a lot in the South Shore in the local area. So a lot of people brew, say, 5-gallon batches at home on their kitchen stove, or maybe out in the shed, or whatever, out in the back patio when the weather's nice. A lot of people brewing beer, and in fact, that's really been a huge catalyst for the whole microbrewery and nanobrewery revolution that's happened in the country. So it's a really nice environment here. We knew being right near the Hearth Bread Company would be really good for us, because a lot of people, I mean, bread and beer is really the same thing. It's just more water and beer. So basically being near those guys was a good thing. Clay Chick Pottery's right here in the same cluster of buildings with us. Adding the homebrew shop and fermentation studio is another attraction for more people to maybe want to come here. Jolly Bean's fantastic place as well for food. And I hear Al's Backwoods Jellies is moving into Camelot Drive soon too. So yeah, we're really hopeful it'll become kind of a destination for foodies and craft beverage and things like that. And it's getting there, and hopefully we can be a catalyst to make sure that happens. The tap room here is family friendly and dog friendly. It's not really a bar, it's a tasting room. Down the homebrew supply shop, it's not just homebrew supply, which you kind of think of as being just a kind of bearded guys thing. It's also a fermentation studio and classroom space and everything as well. So we have classes there and fermentation for all kinds of foods. It's kind of where you learn the craft, learn the basis of how to make beer, and in fact that's why I started, was just to learn and appreciate how beer is made. That was like back in 1990 or so. And kind of took off and took over, and to the point where now I own a brewery and a homebrew shop.